Hey, this is Derek, and this is a preview of Kobo Toolbox. Kobo Toolbox is an open source data collection tool built off of ODK by the Harvard Humanitarian Initiative. It was originally made for people who had to collect data in refugee camps and didn't have access to a long-term data connection or a stable data connection. So you can collect information in the field without access to the internet. Let me show you how it works. You can create a new form. From the desktop mode, it's kind of easy to use a template or upload an XLS form with, the template preset. But we're going to just build one from scratch. Blah, thing, country, Afghanistan. Great project. So entering in a few short details. Here's the form creation screen. So the way that this works is that you hit the plus sign, ask your question, where are you? And then hit add question. And then you have the type of question that you can make it. It can be a multiple choice. You can make a photo, a video, whatever you want. Let's go for a GPS location. So point. Now, that's it. If you wanted to just use that question, you can also customize. Sometimes you can change the default appearance, although that doesn't seem to be the case with GPS location. You can do skip logic, so you would only show this question under certain conditions, and you can do a validation criteria. Let me show you what another thing might be. Your favorite color. Let's do, wow. And we'll do a select one option. So blue and green. And then I think once we create the question, we can go to the settings, and you can see that there's a appearance. So we can, there's a whole bunch of different options. Sometimes the simplest thing to do is to have compact. Now, there's also a library function. So if you want, you can share questions with your colleagues and just reuse questions over and over again. So I apparently in past projects saved this question of county. But it is not letting me select. That's irritating. Expand details. All right, so doesn't look like this part is mobile friendly, or at least it's not working on my mobile device. Interesting. Ordinarily, the behavior that you see is that you're able to select one of these questions and drag it over, but it doesn't look like it's working on a mobile interface. That is interesting. All right. Well, let's go ahead and preview this. And you can see an early version of what this form looks like. There's the GPS question. So it pulls from the GPS location of the phone. Might have difficulty doing this just from my the preview mode. Interesting. All right, let's deploy this form and see how that looks. There's some information that I want. Maybe I want to include the username and phone number. All right, save. And let's look at deploying this thing. So if I hit deploy, now the form is live. And if I want an online, offline, multiple submission, I just copy, or in my case, open. Great. Yeah, here we go. So it's saying this form has now been uploaded. I'm in my browser right now, or at least, yeah, it's creating a little version of Chrome just to run this thing. Now watch this. I can it will find my GPS location. I can select my favorite color, green, and then submit. And that information is queued for submission and successfully submitted. Great. What happens if I'm in offline mode? All right, so now I have no connection to the internet. Let's try this again. Well, it has my GPS location because that's not part of my data plan. That's great. And I'm going to hit blue here and saying record queued for submission. Queued records, except for those marked as draft, are uploaded automatically in the background every 5 minutes when the web page is open and there's an internet connection. You can see there's a little 1 in the background. And here's my queue. Now, if I did this again, you can see that there are 2 queued. Maybe I want to choose a different location. Let me. Sometimes you can view a map or something like that. But now 3 are queued. Great. What happens if I come back offline, from offline? Okay, so now I have a mobile connection. Soon I'm going to have a data connection again. It's going to try to upload every 5 minutes, but you can see it detected that I was online and submitted the results quickly. And now, if I go back and I want to see the results, let's see if we can do that. Summary. Yeah, so I have some information about dates submitted. Let's see if I can get some reports. So the majority of people wanted green and blue on a map. It's showing the points for my data submitted. All of this requires an internet connection to see, I think, but the data collection part is, oh, and you can turn that into a heat map. That's cool. Yeah, they've added to this since last time I looked. Yeah, so there you go. You can make a form with access to the internet, collect data without access to the internet, and then visualize the data with access to the internet in some form. This isn't a particularly flashy report screen, but it looks pretty good. That is Kobo Toolbox.